Adeshima me yadam asese bunya betwa me yekoto nkra afi bra so say yedi nkomone nkomodie no efa hihye bi medical and dental cancer for the ba se na be omodwuma betumi akonanim tie ne yensa ka Dr. Divine Banyubala ono ye acting registrar edi ne manya ne ye a wo fa ncheme no ga kwaba
eja
bibia boko de
oh nyamna adom ye ho ye
jo hihye be na mode ba se de be ye be omodwuma na akonanim se de ho nsem apia bonten no
me da sipa na wan se adult of asam de ya kan na chese nimpan akwan asam na ya kan nti sama emuedu na Medical and Dental Council no yes and 50 years afi nti in the last 3 years council ahwehwemu ema mpanyifo no o ma policy direction a number of reforms yebeye na akobua ya Ghana for mpom demo asem na the first one is say mrepi no medical training locally no yentimi mfa yan kwada omanya good grace nanka ombetima ko medical school essence say infrastructure no limited doctors omuye penyimfo ombetima kire ade medical school nso no omundoso nti ya fa plan say yembo yendidi enkita ho with critical stakeholders because you perceive increasing number of locally trained doctors for a number of reasons. Mrepi no you want Ghana for umwako amanoni. Ako swam medicine. Bet say China, Ukraine, Belarus, Russia. Omo ba you sure your examinations are so much and sana ya maomo license e Ghana. Na assessment no you sure performance no let's just say additional quotosin P ya there high because so skills ni no ha let's just say nipa kwan akoye risky nti one of the reforms and say you introduce ade ekro free objective structured clinical examination omko honma ya ma omkwan ama omunye practicals na doctor adwuma so de yes say practicals educatory no ho nti ohonmo no omunya kwan se ombeye deliveries anaso ombeye operation anaso ombe assist normal yade nti eba ne sana omba hanmo a o pass exam no krampo no so okọ hospital honmo na data penyimfo no no they are worried because skills no practicals no ene hokra nti 2018 no ya ma notice say afi we start na ya objective structured clinical examination. The second one is one say Ghana hanu COVID-19 ne ba no obia bisa specialists ahodo ahina yewo nim nti another policy ayedi aba say specialist register nti me kai by the end of this month no yebenya a fair idea of adult for more different specialization say nyomo hwankwada nyomo hwemma nyomo hwe sub specializations neurosurgery urology cardiology ni we nyina no ye be hu na enu ebema the Ministry of Health any aban atime ahu bebia support no ese eko say ye pese ye produce doctors ya adwene say Ghana after 50 years of local training amanoni nyina ukwa North America, Canada, US, UK, Australia, New Zealand. I thought for my Kromohano, they are excellently trained. Now, you say all the young boys and girls who are living and getting poorer education, say you can as stakeholders. Now say I buy ODM or Jidu towards the agenda 111 say you produce highly qualified doctors betimi ayajuma our hospital district hospitals ni regional hospitals nti ya dwen say you can na be ye dia nanka your local investments at the level of the basic sciences and paraclinicals, clinicals no nanka medical school training no both doctors a wɔn bɛ general doctors undergraduate any specialist no na nka yɛn yi mfi Kolebu ni 37 ni Komfo-Anokye ni Tamale Teaching Hospital nkwa na nka regional hospitals no we call it decentralization of training na nka all the regional hospitals are here no we will retrofit them na omat me a training of doctors both undergraduate and postgraduate. So we are hoping that in the next few years so it's possible that Ghana can train 3,000 doctors locally.
We can say internationally no you train you more omunya practicals no theory ne de omunya ne yie pa no enye se bia ye mamu ha no so no so obi ba ekoye medicine ewo universities ahodo no a eka no sododo it's too expensive until no bia pesa ne ba beko amano ne de no aya na sometimes no ana ofam kakra de compare Ghana de a said be no beka no.
In fact that is another thing and anything yeah lead charge in fact any scholarship secretariat I started adding around this we share the cost of local training no you pay about the same amount in fact most public medical schools no yenjiska p it's about 11,000 18,000 but one $6,000 air ticket na wako high down na living expenses the travel arrangements ticket bags it is much more expensive in fact yeah some calculations in fact some parts of the world no yeah the yanko for no kwa the amount of money we take to train one doctor no yeah the better training between 6 and 9 or 10 locally trained doctors. That same amount of money. Because in some cases, your share cost now, the cost is quite high. So anything that you share is a capital flight. No, oh, sure, there are over 2,000 in 2017. The Parliamentary Select Committee echoed because now we're also worried. So then now, you're from so medical education. On baby do no, not training no. And you're training now.
You share accessibility.
Yes.
Any facilities are a Ghana. You share as your pound hodwa.
Yes.
Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
Yes.
About Legon. Be a hodwa training doctors here. Your facilities in Woho. You so accessible. Say, be students bear 10,000. Advance be bear 2,000 and not 3,000. Episode of medicine. You want my or be to me. Aye.
And until I cannot need so resources, no, especially at the basic sciences and paraclinicals or what science no one, you need nippon endorsement and the logistics no and the hop. And until I should say, look, say yet nasi, nay, ye di in local investment within 2 to 3 years, no, you better expand the infrastructure in terms of classrooms. Laboratories, equipment use so that we can take in more medical students. For example, instead of Legon taking about, after so many years in existence, taking about just 200 and 230 students a year. So you expand the facilities now. We can train about 1,000 doctors for the first 3 years in Legon. Yeah. So we have regional hospitals, so Ridge Hospital is regional hoy. Some can go there for their clinical clerkships. Na ebi so ako Kolebu. Na ebi ako UGMC. Na ebi ako Tama General ye sini year. Na ebi ako Dodowa. Doctor training ni die. Uhia specialist doctors and sana onbetma training medical student. Inti say nya specialist doctors yi to the regions. Na ebi eko Eastern region, ebi eko Western region, ebi big districts. To say Bakwa I say. It's a big hospital. Nti yenya specialist doctors eko honwa. Na ye seminar rooms, video conferencing facilities, libraries attached, hostels attached. Medical students bit me afi KNUST. So that instead of Obia Eko Komfo-Anokye any KNUST hospital no, na ebia ko Kumasi South, na ebia ko Bakwai, na ebia ko Kasai. One. So with that no, we can train between 2,000 to 3,000 doctors annually. And within 10 years, Ghana will become a net exporter of doctors in a much more controlled fashion. And fast war. So to say Cuba, because the training, the quality of the training here is very, very high. I can tell you that one.
You will see can be okay. You will see cano. I bet to me, I can say, the ye bet to me at the you will resources and war.
But now, where there's a will, there's a way. Sana abo eka. Now, resources need a because human beings are on better. So, if we decide that we will train them with a new innovative way, we can easily produce those human resources in a short time so that they will teach. Small investments from scholarship secretariats, from Get Fund, you better expand the laboratories. It won't cost too much for this country.
Too much. Who can say scholarship secretariat and Get Fund? Get Fund is a canocrano. You bet me, I can say, and so say, even though I can say, current Get Fund administrator, no, one home modern pa.
Yes.
Said a bayer obit to a woman who must be a conanim. Na Sanka, your resources in the bank obit me, but Kakrana, ya one crano, and so, dear, ye day air, you know. Ain't you know, your bed day, na baby, a dear tree free, what dear bay, and so be a near Sunday responsibilities for, as some become who be wa. Is it if it's a feasible so between beers?
Yes. Aberform would say there are two certainties, or so many certainties in the world, at least two we can talk about. Death is a certainty.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know, you won't come.
Yeah.
You be fin kwam. It's a certainty. Two, scarcity. There will never be enough. Now, it's about prioritization. First, health is wealth. If you think I'm lying, COVID economies grind to a halt. His Excellency, a phenomenal statement. We know how to bring back the economy, but we don't know how to bring back those who are dead. That is extremely important. Now, medical education, say you invest on one. Apart from the fact that you have quality basic healthcare services, our people will live healthier, then they will be able to contribute to the national cause. It will provide directly health tourism for the whole of West African sub-region. So, young crow for Unimsika, Yedi, Yempenny for Ghana for Edifa planes going to India, South Africa, and Amanoni just for treatment. If you look at the economic cost of that, if you look at the cost of Sika, Niamikai, 2017, we had over 1,000 Ghanaian students in Ukraine alone. Look at the amount of foreign exchange echo. Over 2,000 in China, Yankai Russia, Yankai Belarus, Venezuela Yankai, Cuba Yankai. So in the end, we share a capital flight at Ekwana. My pressure crumple Airbus CD. So because they have to use CDs to buy the dollars to be able to travel. When we are talking about cost-benefit analysis, the council will hold a medical education training and practice conference later in the year. Now, now we will all get convinced with the evidence. I don't say medicine, science, evidence, technology, innovation. Now, you bet man who say, okay, maybe as a country, no, your first year, a baby boy, the second thing is health sectors is here. A be a doctor, nah, but also your nurse, and also your pharmacist, and also your allied health professional. Until I come, my confusion be a bank for qua, woman who's a doctor, and me who's a medical doctor, and answer the other doctors as part of the healthcare team. Until you develop a policy. Your friend, appropriate professional apparel, name tags. In Pino, Uncle Hospital, na ebia treatment, no, Uncle Ye, no, or person on your complaint, Emma Young, and answer any other professional regulator. on name tag ni ho so we just say the doctor short or tall on duty today now investigations now much more complicated nti your policy name practitioners name tag nti all the prescriptions medical reports are over signing on the specific stamp which we can trace to you and your registration number so and this is why National Health Insurance very soon will not recognize and pay back because there's a lot of your friend of clinical auditing finding fraud in the system. Insurance, apart from that, we have what we call the appropriate professional apparatus. Say, doctor, consulting room, the way you are supposed to be dressed formally with your name tag there, now for bad, then they can recognize you with your picture. So it's easy to say that this is Dr. Divine. He treated me and I had this problem, or I didn't like it, or I felt that one year. So those are the policies that we are bringing. And back also a scope of practice. I said, you Dr. Bia, or excellent surgeon, but or any surgeon, or be a surgeon, or be a heart surgeon. Now, a person heart surgeon, now, or because of Sika and also whatever reason, now you don't pay surgeon. Those matters create problems for patients and the profession. Until you started developing scope of practice, EDMA house officers, then you call physician assistants also. Until you become medical officers and specialists. Until we have specialist ophthalmologists. Now your mouth.
So the boundaries.
Oh, biya be dini lemu.
And you can actually imagine be to say, yeah, can say there was a candidate and your long term something, and you have a chance and about. It's not say one infrastructure in ho. Two, the resources here the bay no crano. Yen sheda ni baby benya dear free. Into no ne kanko ne yonko. Into how feasible is this? Is it how long would it take? And say to me, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. What I understand.
Wisdom is not in one head.
Yeah.
But as a regulator, no, you were clear direction. But you better invite all the experts in medical education in Ghana and beyond, and they will come and we will have feasible, pragmatic, innovative, cost-effective strategies to expand this. For example, there are existing hospitals. If we have commitment, we can train specialists within the shortest possible time. When there's consensus and agreement, a lot of the things will start this year. That is how soon we will start. So where there's a way, there's a will, there's always a way. And don't underestimate Ghana for resourcefulness, and the commitment, and the capacity to dream their own solutions to their own problems. Maybe, now, Ghana for, look, you call outside this country. Why would me the performance of professionals from Ghana? So Ghanaians are very innovative, industrious people who can come up with ingenious local solutions to local problems with global impact. I have no doubt at all. And from the Medical and Dental Council, we sit at the apex where we lead almost the high end of the scientific group of this country. And see, when we're saying that, we have absolute confidence in the capacity. Say, young for a baby sometime.
Doc, where the Ebrena be a Bequanisa. I dear Bakua. I hear an Pieta can say. Omega and doctors are complaining. Almost all professionals are complaining about their condition of service. Doctors can't be. And Tiadomo Bobby Break, I create almost so market and so on. The amount of Bayajumana and so on. To see a number bre, Sabaku system. You bet me your market, which much your mamma wants me home.
In fact, I know cramping your problem. So, almost let's say you highly specialized services. They will work and pay themselves better than any government can pay them. It's everywhere. if you have highly specialized services, your private hospitals are only idea pa. Almost say doctors one more strike that. Exactly. And I dream way ahead. Yedi baby I have friend of public private partnerships, at the buy where government can facilitate the growth of private industry with a win-win situation for the state. So in terms of Akatuani Yinidia, that should not be the worry at all, because the patients that are going to come and the services they'll be able to deliver, they will be able to better pay themselves, and the state will be the better off for it. Why? Until strike actions, we shouldn't worry too much about it.
What can you say? You said the Indian Waha. Never share the ABC. And see, I wish you Ben out there, my Yina, you share an AG. I say a doctor for me, a better doctor for us. Since I may work as I may bow Ukraine.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she medicine.
Good.
Oh, your medicine. And see, Nema Bakubinumi and Sabi. So being your cry, Shiawahano, I had Diamano. And obviously, I say.
Alcohol. Yes, because currently space
is
elsewhere.
Inti I remember and a year medical and dental council for Mode Magana for say Yanka come to yam, Nancy Biano, doctor patient ratio no. Say the ne a year bagayano. A bit baby na to work.
Send me the object of council say Ghana for a year etum as provided in the law that we should secure in the public interest the highest standards. Oman can say high and answer higher. See the highest standard for training and practice of medicine. Now, commitment I am going to say we will live up to that expectation. Now, yeah, share coin any stakeholders, the universities and other ministries outside health, and your minister, our minister is so committed to that, to making sure that this happens. So government's vision of Agenda 111, we are finding local solutions to increase local production of doctors. HBR, it's a conference, the Ghanaians will begin to see the tangible improvements in the process. But one said, you don't increase local production at the expense of logistics and facilities. And yes, sir, not standards are compromised. And we are talking about life and death issues. And in the act, I can say highest standards in the training and practice of medicine and dentistry at any point in time, given the limits of scientific knowledge at that time. And so, our commitment in the Mimagana for.
Doc, we didn't come from Mawako. Now, so some could be about from us who say, yes, a muku no crano.
Yes.
A professional, a binu person to a moon. And never said to a moon.
Well, one would say he saw some person mean come, but near actually said professions, one would say profession of medicine, the legal profession, priesthood. They are the three original professions. Now, those are time-honored, old, traditional, honorable, noble, and learned professions. Until I must say, over time, there are certain norms, values, and settled expected conduct from members professing to exercise those kind of skills. Until some be one more, young person, young Kumu. You wait your mesra wa.
We went France once. That's the period. Say when you are brave, yeah, sure. Can say you be saying any of you brepemu na you know to me a din komo. Afa sa ensem hu. You see a fake one be so system no more.
Oh yes.
Sa fake one say achieve in the fine ko sin ano so.
Oh yeah, chibi pan. Last year no.
Then am yo mo ye hu dia mo ye ntira de bia mba no ho ba.
We dia me say me bo Ghana Police Service. Yoko, Honorable Minister for National Security, any other sector regulators abaso, because from the last 2-3 years, coordination between health sector regulators are very tight. Nti ye chomo with assistance of the police you prosecute chomo we ya jeli ebi afani ebi ye ka say nde no omuko trial for the whole of last week and this week me team no ebi ɛwɔ trial ebi nso ɛyɛ undercover investigations ayɛ kase nti over the last 2 or 3 years we are beginning to see improvements but we hope that yani judicial so cross conversations will happen now sometimes sentences no ohwe ye mra no mo the kind of minimum sentence no is 1,000 penalty units to 10,000
sir.
No, it's okay from the law, but I could do conviction now. Maybe a court, I can say 3 months, and I say 6 months. No, now honor conversations as any judicial service and other partners. No,
and so punishment in Yashia now.
According to the weight of the crime. Okay. I also Obi Kwande. Look, I'll tell you a typical example. Yet you will be former Bono, Brown and Hafo region. That time, not yet separated yet. And they gave him 1,000 penalty units. Fine. That's 12,000 Ghana cedis. 3 months later, and all this Moko Bolga from private hospital, Okwanya Ijuma was the regional hospital with forged documents. So, or your doctor. I feel there, first day in the hospital. Dr. Baku said, no, this doesn't look like a doctor. You find Mona Echino. Then, Okoye, 700 penalties, but Yamanas actually said a minimum of 1,000 penalty units. And or 2 Honomo. 6 months later, undercover investigations, Yachino Cape Coast. Cape Coast. Illegal practice again. Or the Koye, 6 months conviction. But this is clearly somebody who has demonstrated that you're unrepented repeat offender. And it is about people's lives. What you say. So those are the things that conversations, over time, we will hope that the improvements will continue to come in. Now, say, working together. The other thing is every professional regulation, their medicine, and council and Juma. It's a collective responsibility. Yeah, one mandate, but all of us are stakeholders because we are all potential patients. We are all potential patients. If we don't work together to ensure that the onward qualifications panel and the day that we will go there, we may be the victims of our own ineptitude and the relation of duty.
Dr. Divine, udini banyu bala
banyu bala. You need to eat a lot of teasers and ayoyo.
That's
not natural.
Bantem. So bakunya unko na odi o man bi. Ntunya brembi.
That's pa.
So that's papa on your acting.
Okay.
Registrar. Medima Medical and Dental Council for nti some kind no. Yetie ye de be ye adwuma so. We de ye bre na bi na so ye be ko ama no so. Na ye say ye benya na yene Dr. Adams Bonanso edi nkomo kakra efa abantugu a ekoso Guinea for by Mali for the by Burkina Faso yenya ntiese ebia sansi wo ho aba sisi e kase no yensan tumi anka Dr. Adams Bona ewa homando so me ya se minimum say Dr. Adams Bona ma anka me time no nyina ma doctor another Dr. Divan do wenya bra betera me nchen wa ha na anka yetumi edi nkomo pa nanso yensa entumi anka Dr. Adam Bona enti yede yenkomo twetwe no nyina ebesi wone de kase bono so akona wi ehwe kwanse brepam no yene mpanyifo no ebedi nkomo afasa basabasa ye ekoso abantugu ekoso ewo West African countries awdo no de de ba ene susanso a enya awo yempuntu so ye bre no ebiaka nanso ene de beche na yeho ya doma yese hia da foforo na yede nkomo medi de jakwa bre da mu nyina ase ama mo ni hwe